Well, hello, my name is Dr. Christian Wells, and I am the SEAHO Professional Development Chair. And so I'm super excited to discuss today the virtual case study competition. And so we already had a few individuals sign up already, so I'm super glad for that. So I'm hoping that we'll have some more people after this webinar, and then you all, of course, can let everybody you know about the virtual case study as well. And so we'll go ahead and get started. So timeline, you've probably already seen already, but there will be two tracks, one for graduate students and one for entry-level professionals. Typically, that's about up to the 3 years, typically. But if we have, a couple other ones, we'll go ahead and go in there. But you have until January 10th to sign up. And then participants will actually be paired. So for the graduate students, they'll be paired with another graduate student. So it'll be two people per group, and we'll pair them. And then same thing with new professionals. And then once we pair them, we will let them know who their partner is and the contact information. And then we're going to give them a prompt to present to a panel of judging. And so we'll have one for grad students and we'll have one professional for the entry level professionals as well. So it'll be two different case studies that they will see. We're actually going to do the case studies virtually on February 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so as you see, this is the QR code to sign up as well. And then I can always put the link in the chat right before we leave as well. So that way you can have that link available. But that is pretty much the timeline for it. So we're in heavy recruitment season right now for the virtual case study. And so, of course, the question is, what exactly is a case study for some that may not know about what that is? But it's an opportunity to apply theories and practical experience to a real life scenario that could occur in higher education. And I don't know about you all if you have done case studies before, but I really do enjoy them because it really did help me to really understand how to problem solve and also kind of understand, like a process, when going through a scenario or incident that we have. So especially within housing and residence life, there's always an opportunity to really kind of figure out what's the best way to solve the problem with all the parties involved. So I really did enjoy actually looking at that in class. And now that I teach for the master's program in higher education, I use a lot of case studies for them to present on as well, because I have found that that really does help them to really kind of apply theory and experience into what they're doing. And they get more out of it a little more, I think. And so I did want to just kind of, give a process of about how do you analyze a case, because you may say, oh my goodness, there's a case study, but what am I supposed to look for? What do I do exactly? I mean, I don't know. I'm just reading it, right? Same thing that whenever we receive an incident report where we're just like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure exactly how I need to, move to the next step or who I need to talk to. So according to Sage and Hubbard, 2012, this is where I received information about how to analyze a case. And so there are several steps that they look at to kind of, analyze a case study. So the first one being practice identifying decision issues helps keep the case study analyst from being too short-sighted or narrow in, hope this is the first one. Yeah, make sure this is the first one. And being short-sighted or narrow and resolving campus dilemmas. So that's what we're pretty much doing as far as identifying the decision issues that help us with analyzing. So the first question would be, what facts are essential for understanding and dealing with the issues? We say that all the time when we're telling RAs to write incident reports. Write the facts. What are the facts of the case? Do not put your opinion, but put the facts, right? So now we're just kind of, trying to figure out what the facts are. And then if there's any additional information that must be collected, sometimes we get a report or we get a case and you don't really have all the information you need. So you kind of have to do a little bit more investigation. So what else do we need in order for us to solve this problem? And then who are the principal, oh my gosh, I cannot speak today. Who are the main decision makers and what roles do they play? So really kind of looking at that as well. Okay. And then are there any theories that might be relevant to the decision issues? One thing that I love to look at right now, I'm actually teaching a course on leadership theories, and there are so many different types of leadership theories, right? But it might be that you're looking at, all kind of theories that are in higher education that we have that you can kind of look at to see how it might be relevant, whether it be student development theory, just really kind of checking and see how it relates to that particular case and situation. And then what alternatives are available to the principal decision makers? What are the advantages and disadvantages associated with each alternative? And then what would be the course of what will be the course of action, short term or long term, that will be taken. And so sometimes you have to do something immediately, right? So if there is a situation where a student um, maybe has got into a fight with her roommate, then we're probably going to have to remove them from each other immediately, right? We can't wait till next week before we have a conversation and conduct with it. So we really need to go ahead and do that short term. Long term will be more so let's think about what we need to do. What are the impact of that as well? So we do have to kind of look at both sides of things. So this is just a sample case study that you could potentially get if you are participating in the virtual case study. So you will basically get the title, you'll get, the author, and then you'll get a list of individuals who are involved in the actual case, just like you would in an incident report, right? And so this one has always been my favorite one because unfortunately I have had this situation happen, and I found that many other housing professionals have also had this situation happen, but we have, our main characters, Amy Rhodes, who's assistant director of residence life. So she oversees all the residence halls, including one that houses the fraternity and sorority chapters. Jennifer is a hall director. Alyssa, she is a member of the facilities crew, and Officer Cade, because we always have to have our campus safety officer involved, right? And then we have an RA that's involved, and he's actually for the Alpha Beta floor. And then we have our other resident assistants, and of course we have our director of judicial affairs, or your student conduct office as well. And so I'm going to give y'all, can y'all see that okay? Can y'all read that? Okay, I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to read the case. Are you done? What are your thoughts initially? I can't hear you, Timothy.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, that is a lot to unpack. I think it's very challenging, especially with it being a good majority of the staff who were in violation. And I mean, logistically, if you were to follow policy, then those 12 RAs or 13 RAs would be terminated, but that would leave a lot of issues in regards to like staffing and trying to find them in the middle of the year. So trying to tackle that would be hmm, very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Are you a professional or a grad student, or entry level professional or a grad student? Or mid level
I'm professional.
professional? Okay. Awesome. Yes, this is I definitely had a situation similar to Mitri. I don't know if you've had one similar as well, but yeah. Demetri, you?
No, I haven't. Not quite like this.
Okay. Yeah. We had RAs that definitely had a party all together, and there's alcohol, and I got that call when I was over break. And that was actually when I was in Florida. And we got that call over break and had to make some tough decisions before we even got back from the winter break. And so that was not what I expected. That was really after my first year of going into my first professional job in housing. And so it is, very interesting. And so with this being said, with the case study, which will have a little bit of a different, um, different questions that will be asked, but is more so just asking what will be your decision? What are the differences between the two points of view, and what do you believe should be the ultimate decision? So really utilizing everything with analyzing the case to kind of really look at what are the facts, looking at, just kind of the alternative plan, the short term, long term action plan, because yeah, 13 individuals, you're probably going to have to come up with a short term plan and also a long term, because I don't know if you're going to have anybody to hire for all those positions, right? So it makes it challenging. So it's really not that easy. And these are real life situations that you really hope that you don't have to deal with, but sometimes we do, because we are educators, and our goal is to really develop our students. And but also it's going to make you think about, okay, in the future, how can I tackle this, right? How can we make sure with recruitment that they really understand the importance of being a role model and following the policies as well? So there's so many different things that we have to look at when it looks at a case, and there's not necessarily always a right answer, but it's just trying to find the best solution at the time. And sometimes it may not necessarily be the best solution at the time, and we always have to go back and revisit it as well. So those case studies are really just kind of an opportunity to think about different ways and listen to different perspectives, because we do have to look at our decision makers, because you may even have to talk to the VP or the dean of students about this, right? You may talk to some parents about it. So there might be a lot of different individuals that you really have to kind of consider in that situation as well. So with the presentations for the virtual case study, the group is going to have each pair will have 10 minutes to present the proposed solution. And then judges will be given 7 minutes to ask any questions they desire and engage in dialogue with the presentation group during that period. And so, depending on how many people we have signed up, will be hopefully we'll have enough judges and do kind of the breakout rooms for them to really go into and review. So I would say just around about 20 minutes. It will be the kind of the total time for those particular breakout rooms, and just kind of getting judged, or it just depends on like I said, how many people will have to kind of work that out. But we are going to email more details as we have more information. Hopefully right after the January 10th, we'll be able to kind of send that detailed information out, so groups are prepared to the best of their ability as well. And so what are they going to actually look for, the judges, whenever you're actually presenting the case? I think somebody is here. Let me see. Maybe not. I can't tell. Oh, yep. Okay. All right. All right. Hello, Catherine. Sorry, I'm trying to navigate these screens, but I can't see my people come up from there, unfortunately. Um, so what do the judges look for? This is like the overall rubric that we kind of have for it, but really they're going to be looking at if you're able to identify the main issues and problems. And then also, if you're going to analyze the analysis of the issues, the feasibility of approach, the effectiveness of approach, and what are the key stakeholders. So really going on to kind of what we talked about when it comes to really analyzing a case as well. And so there's going to be 20 points that individuals can get and receive. And so so there's an opportunity for that, but hopefully this will kind of, help be able to kind of plan like how, if you've addressed certain issues, or if you've actually answered the questions directly as well. And then the winner will be announced at the SEAHO conference in Huntsville, Alabama in February 2025. And so if the participants are not the ones in attendance, then hopefully someone from their school will be there as well. Usually they receive a certificate. I don't know if there's another prize. I have to get with Megan, who's the director of committees, just to see. But I know for sure you get a lovely certificate. Typically that would be great to post in your office and brag on for years. So so really, that is all that we have. Are there any questions? And I know, Catherine, you came in, and sorry if you were waiting for a minute. I was trying to find all the screens. I apologize. But we do have till January 10th to sign up. So there's plenty of time to think about it, to really let any of your other friends and colleagues know about this process. Once again, this is recorded. So what I'm going to do is send this to Director of Communications so it can hopefully be uploaded on the SEAHO YouTube website, so you can see it. And Catherine, I can also, and Timothy as well, I can get your emails and send this PowerPoint to you directly, so that way you'll have that. So that way, if you want to share or you just want to review the information, then that's totally an opportunity. Since the recording, I'm trying to get the recording on the SEAHO YouTube website. But if you're interested in signing up, you want to be a part of this, or there's a picture of the QR code here that you can sign up for as well. But we will. I think I have it in the newsletter that's coming out for SEAHO as well. If you receive that, I put the link on to sign up. So that way that should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. Are there any questions or anything like that?
Should I just send you my email?
Yes, if you can.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop